And we are back. It's my favorite time of day. It's when we get to chat with studio owners who are doing amazing things all across the country. Our first partner studio in Oregon is joining us today, excuse me. And I'm so excited to chat with them about what it's been like. You know, every place is so different. Every city is so different in how they're navigating this new world we live in. And so I'm excited. There she is. All right, so if you want to send me a request, I can add you in. And let's see if the Instagram gods are working in our favor today. Yay! All right. As we travel across the land all the way to the West Coast.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? I'm Yana. Nice to meet you.
Yana, nice to meet you. I'm Tara.
Hi, Tara. Thank you for joining us. Okay, is this your beautiful studio you're sitting in right now?
Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness, it is huge. First of all, it is so pretty. Oh my goodness, I love seeing people's spaces. They're all so different and so beautiful.
Yeah.
So what's it been like? Share with us. How long has your studio been open? What's it been like in the last year of this roller coaster we've all been on? When did you guys open officially? First.
Over Labor Day weekend in September, just this past year. So only
So
been
you,
open. Yeah.
so you are a post-pandemic studio. I love, well, mid, I guess. We're not post. What am I talking about? We're
Right.
mid-pandemic. That's even more impressive. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
thank you.
So what was that like? What made you decide to open a studio now?
I think there was a lot of studios, even the one that I did my yoga teacher training through in San Francisco, they closed down. And the one that was I'm in Hillsboro, Oregon, the one that was in downtown here closed down as well. And so while I know a lot of people would think that would be a deterrent, I felt that there was still a really big need, especially based on what was happening in the world. Um, People needed community and a place to come together. And so it was definitely a roller coaster. I had spent a good portion of my career in the sports and outdoor industry before kind of taking this leap and opening my own company, my own studio. And I had gone back to work mid-pandemic, and it just didn't feel right anymore to be there. And so I ended up quitting my job about a year ago and in this space. Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of like a 1 year anniversary for that.
Wow.
Yeah. And found this space. I'd already known the owners who leased me the space. So reached out to them and kind of just started ticking away. It was interesting because here in Oregon, the mask mandate had lifted last summer for about 6 weeks. And so there was kind of light at the end of the tunnel. We were going to be able to open successfully with mask-free yoga. And then the mandate, when Omicron came back into place. And so it was, its own journey. And that's what I like to say. It's, everything's a journey. So you might as well just ride that wave. And now the mandate's lifted again. Classes are filling up, and it's nice to be kind of not on the other side, like you said, but just kind of seeing the changes and the growth that the studio and us as people have gone through.
Yeah, it's truly been I mean, roller coaster is the only word I can use lately. The theme of our first print issue will launch in September, and the theme of the issue is inspiration. And it's selfishly motivated because I need inspiration, and I feel like probably a lot of people could use it right now. When you were going through all the different emotions, I'm sure that were with opening, closing, mandates changing all the time, how do you stay focused? How do you stay inspired to get through those times? Is there
a mantra or a person, or what do you do to get through it?
The first thing that comes to mind is you grow through what you go through. And I've always kind of said that if, life isn't going up and down, then you're just flatlining, you're not really living. And so with yoga, we talk a lot about alignment and balance, and you really have to take the good with the bad, because one of the positive things is if you're in a downturn, then the upswing's just around the corner. So that's one of those things that I kind of look to is, okay, well, if I'm in the gutter right now, then I'm going to be growing through it really quickly.
Yeah. And that's I mean, you're right. That's the only way we can get through this time that we're in. So you've been open now, you're not even on a year, right? Because it would be Labor Day is your first year anniversary.
Wow. Right. I think
do you guys
it's just 7 months now. 7 months to the day.
Wow. So do you guys have any plans to celebrate the Labor Day, the 1 year opening, the anniversary that's coming up?
Oh gosh, I'm still just thinking about things to do this month or next month. So I probably should. That's a great idea.
I know.
Yeah, but I think that we will definitely celebrate, probably do something similar to what we did at the grand opening, giving away a 1 year membership, something big like that to just continue to grow the community.
What was the space that you're in? What was it before it became a yoga studio?
It was a few things, but most recently, before a yoga studio, it was an antique store.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, and did you know it was like, are you from that area and you just happened to stumble upon it, or were you looking for a very specific location?
I moved to Hillsboro, Oregon about 5 years ago from California in the Bay Area, and the downtown area was one of the first places that I had found, just because they host the farmers markets. And when you think of kind of main streets or local centers, it was one of those where people kind of congregated. So it was already a hub of community and a place I love to be, even if I was just walking up and down the street. So the owners of the building actually ran a local Facebook page that when I moved here, I joined to find out about more things that were happening locally. And so 3 years ago, maybe 4 now, had reached out to the facilitator of that page to see if there was anything that I could learn, what should I get involved with. And then last May, I was walking downtown and noticed the release sign on the window and went, oh, I know these people. So I just DM'd her, direct messaged her and said, hey, I'm interested in this space. Can we meet up? And it just kind of, one thing after another from there. And I signed the lease like 5 days later.
So you were ready to go. You were like, I'm getting a space. This is happening. Like, I'm ready. I love that. And it's so interesting to hear all the different stories with all the partners we talked to, because they're all in such different places. You opened, in the middle of everything. Some had opened just a few weeks before, and others had been open for 10 to 15 years. But everyone's journey after that was kind of similar, like the ups and the downs that happened. And so I love talking to people and just hearing their stories. And I love that you just, in the middle of all this, were like, people need this, and I'm going to do it. Yeah. And that's amazing.
Thanks. It was kind of like a field of dreams vision, if you will. It's like, oh, if you build it, they will come, right?
But I mean, isn't every yoga studio owner, isn't that how it is? I mean, anyone that works in wellness, I've said this at almost every conversation I've had, people don't do this for money. They don't get into this and say, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to be, all these things. No, it's a lot of work. It's not easy work. And, but the benefits are just, they're amazing. The community, the people that you meet, every teacher and every studio owner I've met, it inspires me, And it's amazing to just be surrounded with people like this all the time.
Yeah, we have, there's about 10 teachers that teach here at KOVE, and I love taking their classes just to not only learn from them, but just again, be reignited and re-inspired by
Yeah.
what they offer. And I love hearing just the individual feedback from students from classes that they've taken, not even with me, but with other teachers, and the little kind of gems or, golden eggs that they've taken away from that, because it's each one of those moments that is why we're here.
Yeah.
Those little moments of the light coming in.
Yeah. And that one tiny moment will change someone's life, even maybe just their day, but it could change their whole life. How did you come up with the name? Does it mean something, or was it a special meaning for you?
I came up with it about 3 years ago. It means love. It's KOVE, and love is LOVE, and it kind of happened just sending I love you, and it would always automatically go, I cove you. And that happened so many times that it was just like, okay, that's just what that means now. And so instead of getting upset with myself and my fat fingers and what was happening, I just kind of embraced that. And I think that it kind of worked in that way, because it had a special meaning to me, and it kind of happened naturally.
So do you tell people now that you cove them?
Right, yeah.
I cove you. They're like, I don't know what that means. You're like, don't worry. It's a good thing.
Yeah, 100%.
I love that. And it's so, that's how these things happen. It's just kind of it happens, fat fingers or whatever. And then there it is. My phone does all kinds of things with its autocorrect, but I fight it still. But I think I should probably use your method. I think it's a little more productive. So is there anything coming up? I know you're taking it day by day at this point, but are there any workshops or retreats you guys have coming up that you're really excited about that you want to share?
Yeah, there's, we just wrapped the Yoga Foundation's Yoga 101 series, and that was amazing just to be around beginners, people that were really new to yoga, and having them kind of dive into the practice, not just the physical form, but really starting with the pranayama and meditation, and really why we do the physical practice, and seeing them grow just over a matter of weeks, and having them, already dive in and take classes in the studio from there. So working on another series of that. And next month on May 6th, we're doing our second Flow and Glow with a nootropics happy hour. And so the Flow and Glow is black light yoga, and everyone kind of gets to paint and have fun. And I think it's a great alternative on Friday nights to going out and kind of what we might seem as more traditional happy hours and drinking and having fun. We offer Kin Euphorics nootropics, this time sponsored by a local company. And what those do are they help support brain function through different things like birch, lavender, reishi mushrooms, and they taste amazing. So
good.
Yeah, so really excited for that. And next summer, hosting a retreat in Spain, in Valencia.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so super excited for that. And that actually came about through, my own yoga community, and a teacher that I had practiced with back in the Bay Area. She ended up moving to Spain and doing retreats there and working at a retreat center. And so the stars just kind of aligned there, and again, just kind of set it up, and we'll have that live soon, so people can join and look forward to that next year.
Yeah, and I think people are ready to start traveling again. So I think that's a perfect, and Spain, I've never been to Valencia, but I've been to Barcelona, and I've always wanted to go to Valencia. So that's going to be very fun. Share with us when that's happening, and we'll put it up on our event site as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And your studio is beautiful. Can you walk around the studio a little bit, or is your phone perched? I just want to see. I love seeing people's faces.
Let me just detach it real quick. And here we go.
Oh my God, look at those floors.
Thank you.
How many people can you fit in your studio for a class?
We could fit about 25 in here. There's There's 1,500 square feet, and we have space for about 24, and a nice little altar here that we love to use. And we have a ton of props. So we offer classes like Nidra, Yin, different restorative options. So really just kind of the whole offering with Hatha and Vinyasa too.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations on your space and your upcoming 1-year anniversary. And thank you for partnering with us. When our print issue comes out, we'll be sending you magazines that you can share for free with your community. And we're so excited for everything you're doing. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been super fun.
All right. This will be on our Instagram site, so you can come back and watch it anytime and share with anyone that you want.
Oh, fun. Yeah, we'll share with our community too.
Sounds good. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.